What's up, y'all? We back again for another episode of I'm Almost Joking Podcast. I am one half of the Disrespective Collective, Craig Smith, a.k.a. Sensei Life, back in here with the Soulja Boy twist. And I am here with...
What?
Yeah, the Soulja Boy twist. This is how Soulja Boy twist is when he be snapping on... Well, you gotta bleep that out now, because they don't... YouTube
The
Soulja
Boy twist.
Yeah, Soulja Boy have his two-strand twisted.
You got the fresh twist right now in your hair. You want to give Soulja Boy a twist, man? You supposed to came here with the fresh twist.
Well, I'll tell you this.
To the audio listeners, y'all can't see. You know, Craig must have been doing some good over the weekend. He got the fresh twist. I still see the grease. And you know when they part the hair, the grease in the middle, the grease is shining.
Hey, I just got it done yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. But I got a big show coming up this weekend. If y'all listening to it, y'all should buy tickets right now if you're in Madison, the Comedy on State. I'm up there right now. But I will say this. I seen them. The thing about it is, I do like for durability and stuff. They last longer or whatever, and it's supposed to be better and all of that. But in my head, I'm like, man, they should be longer. And the way that she do them, it take a little bit of length away because she like curl up the ends and rubber band them and stuff. And I'm like, nah, man. When I was watching Soulja Boy earlier, snapping on Lil Yachty because he liked to be the first at everything. Mm-hmm. His twist is also not like long enough just yet. So he kind of, he still got like baby twist hair, and but his look longer because his is all the way down, and I was like, man, my hair look like that.
I knew his twist line and his twist hair had something to do with that Soulja Boy reference. I knew it. I knew it.
I'm jumping in front of the roast now because I'm insecure because y'all be roasting. Y'all be getting me, all right? Yeah, and they funny. I'm good. I'm a comedian. I'm good with the jokes. I do be laughing, but some of them, I gotta jump. I gotta Eminem y'all.
You know it was a good joke. I know the people who listen to the podcast ain't gonna know what we talking about. We do reaction videos on our YouTube page. When what he called us E30 and
Jaja Banks,
Jaja Banks and E30. I don't even wear my glasses no more. He got off a little E40. Hey, but I don't care because E40 be fresh, though. E40 like one of them fresh dudes, though.
It ain't even about that. You know what it is? I ain't never had like 5,000 people interested in anything that I had to say. So now that I have that, I'm also realizing what I look like to people and getting reminded about that. And I'm learning that in real time, and that's fun.
Apparently, I look like E40 and Beavis and Butthead. Apparently,
I know, right? I didn't know what I looked like until then. Oh, that's crazy. You know what? I don't think I talked about this. That Nowhere movie. Y'all seen it on Netflix?
You said it last week.
I said that last week. I talked about that.
Yep.
Man, boys, don't do drugs, kids. Anyway, what was you finna say?
Speaking of drugs.
Oh man, somebody definitely getting drugged.
Guess who claimed they had sold a lot of controlled substances in their youth? This person was in the news all last week.
I didn't even know. You know what? You came out with the light claim. She done said a bunch of stuff I didn't know. This is a whole new person.
Bro,
I didn't even know that this person was this person.
She changed the whole perspective.
Will didn't even know. Will read the book and was like, I didn't even know you read a life like this. I've been married to you 20-some years.
He already made comments in public too, and it's like, yo, imagine when we both been in a relationship, so you get with somebody and at some point it felt like you were a different person. Like, this ain't even who the person I was.
You would hope they grow.
Everybody should grow. Everybody should change. But according to what some of this stuff is in this book, she didn't grow. It's more so like she hid. She purposely hid her whole past. I'm like, I can't believe this is Jada Pinkett from Woo.
Yeah.
Like, this is not Jada Pinkett from a different world.
I wanted to make so many jokes about Woo, but I'm like, these young kids ain't gonna get my reference, and I'm gonna age myself if I start talking about Woo.
Y'all better learn about Woo.
Woo? Yeah. Anyways, though. But, yeah, she been wilding, though.
This is Nutty Professor
Tommy
Jada
almost
Pinkett.
got whooped over Woo. He just let Shannon Sharp know that.
Oh, word?
Yeah, he was on Shannon Sharp.
Let's not get off the topic because we don't need to get into Tommy Davis.
It's on topic because Will came at him like, hey, I didn't like that.
Oh, whoa. Will came at Tommy.
He was kissing him.
It's on brand. Let's get into this.
Tommy kissed Jada in the movie, I guess, or whatever, and Will came up at some point and was like, I don't like that. This is what Tommy said. In the movie? Allegedly.
On the set?
On the set. So Will came
one of these dudes.
So
this
Will came up after the fact.
Perspective on our other topics. Okay, let's
Will
get to
came
this.
up after the fact, like, hey, I didn't like that. Tommy sitting down, like, hey, what you talking about? What's going on? Y'all watch Shannon Sharp Club Shay Shay with Tommy Davidson to get the better perspective. He's hella way better. Gist of the story is, Will didn't like that. Came look like, hey, I blah blah blah, and he was kind of aggressive. Tommy read the energy. Jada was right over there. Tommy stood up. Will said he didn't like that. Tommy said we probably need to go outside and talk about it. Jada jumped in and said, no, Will, stop, no, Will, stop. And so Will been that, he been that dude.
Will really out here trying to violate.
Will been out here on gorilla mode.
Man, this finna make me change my perspective on some of these other things.
He had to live up the clock.
Will ran down on Tommy Davis. Hold on, bro. Now, Will, you're kind of looking like a band, bro. You're looking like a band right now. You ran down on Chris Rock and Tommy Davis.
You know who he didn't run down on? Bokeem Woodbine. He didn't run down on Bokeem.
Listen.
Nah, my bad. Bokeem.
Listen.
He didn't run down on Alan Payne. Alan Payne was the one that got her. Jason's lyric. My bad.
I finna say.
Because I was just thinking Bokeem was the tough one.
No, I was finna say, I ain't heard about Bokeem.
Yeah.
But I heard about somebody. That's what I heard about.
Yeah.
You ain't run down on Alan Payne. And you ain't run down on August. But maybe you ain't run down on August because apparently you've been separated for 7 years.
Yeah, that's it.
Now,
more stuff we didn't need to know.
Hearing this story Craig just put out here about he ran down on Tommy Davis. Now, bro, I feel some kind of way. If you ran down on Tommy Davidson now, and now it's
not now.
It's happened back in the day. But I'm saying
this when they was married.
You have a history.
At least they was married when this happened.
That's a history of it now.
Oh, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right.
now it's like I was gonna say something completely different as we thought about all of this stuff, the separation and the August thing and everything, bro. You looking like a super sucker because you weren't even with this woman when the Chris Rock thing happened. If what she's saying allegedly is true, this ain't even your woman. Y'all both doing your own thing. You was already cool with August coming through, you know what I'm saying, doing his one too. Everything was okay, according to Jada. Y'all was separated, didn't know what y'all was doing with y'all marriage, et cetera, et cetera. Y'all go buy the book. I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to purchase this book. I kind of want to read it. I'm not even going to hold you. I'm going to read this book because we're going to discuss this book later on. But what I'm saying is, like, I get all of that. If you wasn't with this woman and almost risked your whole career, your reputation, and you had a history of doing this with other people that honestly you're bigger than. Will ain't no little. You out here trying to bully these dudes to live up to this tough persona because I get it. You insecure. She's made you insecure. And you doing all of this to live up to this persona to show her I'm a man to the point where she even holds you for what you did at the award show. She essentially said that was some sucker-ish. That's literally kind of what, I ain't gonna say literally, but figuratively speaking, that's basically what she said.
She said, I was confused when he said his wife. It was like, we ain't called each other husband and wife in 7 years.
And she said this.
Wow.
That's crazy.
You know what that also let me know, though, when that happened? And more so to your point that he got a history of this and this how he been trying to prove this persona or prove or live up to this person he's supposed to be for her. That also let me know that when he did that, he was like definitely not even like trying to live up to like Tupac in a sense or whatever, but you also got to consider that it's different when Chris said it. Because if it's also true what she been saying, what she spilled, that Chris asked her out, it might hit a little different.
It might hit different.
If I'm there and you asked my wife out thinking that we was... And then you make that joke when I know you was in her DMs.
I ain't think about that one.
You might be the one that can't say nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Don't keep my wife's name out your mouth. Make way more sense.
Makes way more sense now. Nobody wanted to say that or bring that up or whatever. And I was waiting on Chris Rock to come out in these couple of days to say that's not true. That didn't happen. I didn't ask her.
He did. I don't remember seeing it.
I was waiting on people. I trusted bloggers and famous people that bring up and cover all this stuff to say, hey, this make more sense and blah, blah, blah now. But nobody said nothing. Nobody denied it. So now I'm like, oh, that probably did happen. What I did hear was you said y'all was broke up, so it ain't even that big of a deal if Chris Rock asked y'all out. It's kind of a big of a deal if I did your show. If I dated you on a show when I was young and we was young coming up, you don't get to ask my wife.
And allegedly,
if you played a girl that I dated on the fucking show.
But Chris and Will was allegedly cool too.
Because he played a girl on Fresh Prince.
Yeah, but no, they said they actually had not like that.
But I'm saying I'm just using that as a joke. But that's what I meant. They was friends.
They actually had a relationship. They knew each other. So this is not just like a regular other nigga in Hollywood. It's not a regular. It's like a.
Craig, so
you might
you asked her. You don't get to go on stage and say that. So now. I give Will. I mean, you still shouldn't have done that. You whoop him. Y'all fighting the back.
You should have thought better, but
yeah, especially on Will.
If this is all allegedly, we gotta say allegedly. Allegedly,
but yeah, if that happened, that makes more sense. So that's probably why he did that to him. Whether they still married or separated or not, because even if they separated and we here together and we lying to the world, together. We bad marriage for life together. We entanglement it together. Then, goddamn it, I don't care if she said we divorced or we separated. That's my girl, all right. And the one thing that my friend don't get to do. Or my associate get to do
is shoot his shot at my wife.
So that's where now I will give Will a little grace. So we probably kind of looking at that situation a little wrong. Of all of the mess that Jada put out, the one piece of grace that we need to be taken away is that Will was right to slap that man for hitting on his wife allegedly. That's what he did.
If all of that is true, Craig, allegedly. I feel like Will would have been totally in the right for what he did to Chris. But when you bring up the second half that he had the history with Tommy Davidson, it's like, maybe you just kind of be on some sucker for love, like over-aggressive. It's like, come on, Will. Because the second half, you might have had full. Yeah. I might have been with you on, you know what I'm saying, what you did. You know what I'm saying? But when you bring up the Tommy Davidson thing, on top of the whole aspect of, that become a sticky situation.
And I like how this is going because I'm fighting my case for Will now, and I didn't even think I was going to be fighting the case for Will, but let's do it. But you also got to take into the consideration this with the Tommy Davidson thing, even back then, right? I'm living in the house. If she telling us all of this about Pac now, you can't imagine what you had to go through. I think he said something about she got a picture of him and Pac on the fireplace. A picture of her and Pac on the fireplace.
In his house?
At their house. So you got to live in this man's shadow for your life. And he's what? The toughest, thuggest dude ever who went out on some tough thug shit. Right. What's that? My man's over there that had his chain snatched? Bow. Like,
he allowed that? Hey, Will Smith. I'm Will Smith, bitch.
Hey, I know, right?
Man, you got me messed up, bro.
Hey, now that's allegedly too. Maybe if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think that she has a picture of her and Tupac, like in the house. Like, it's there.
Will, it can't be Will.
So if that's the case, that means you've been living in this man's shadow. He said it on the Breakfast Club. I was jealous of him. I couldn't, like, blah, blah, blah. I couldn't. She said that we should meet or whatever. I could never, because I couldn't. I was too. Yeah, you living with that at that age, that young. So I might have to let her know she loved Pac so much. Pac wouldn't allow Tommy Davidson to kiss Jada if he had Jada. That's what he thinking his whole life.
What is Jada Pinkett doing to these guys, bro? Will losing his mind. She had August losing his mind. The claim she put on Tupac make it sound like Pac was. She said Pac tried to propose to her.
She didn't even give Pac none of the papaya.
Allegedly. She
Pac
claims.
Didn't even get the papaya.
She claims.
And she still had him.
Pac ain't here to confirm this. She claims Pac ain't get it. But for her actions, bro, I ain't never in my life seen a chick act the way she acted about Pac, who ain't never give Pac, who hadn't gave Pac the papaya.
It's chicks that still living that had sex with Pac that don't want to tell nobody that they had sex with Pac. And you mean to tell me that this lady that we all know had the strongest connection with him ever ain't never slept with him? And if that's the case, cool. That's fine. Because that just goes even more to what you just said. What is she doing to these guys to where you had Pac not even in there? And that's probably cool. I can see that. I can see that. But she probably is, I don't want to say in no hypnotizing type way, but she probably is just different from everybody, or, unusual, or gets you in a certain way, or could whatever. Excuse me. I get it though, but I don't. I mean, it could never be me, and I don't know.
I just feel like at this point, when it comes to Jada, she is the poster child for toxic femininity, bro. Because I just watched the video on Facebook with Tupac. He was being like interviewed on Sally Jesse or something, and they was talking about his music, and he was talking about he endorsed the K word of cops and all this stuff, and he was saying, no, my music don't endorse that. My music endorse police brutality and
not endorse police.
Not endorse, but it's against
sheds a light
on police brutality, and you know what I'm saying, defending yourself essentially, whatever. And it was people that was trying to say he was toxic. Like, basically, what they consider now is toxic masculinity. That's what they would consider it. Bro, they consider anything where...
I forgot. It was the night. I'm reacting now like it's now, but I forgot. This is fucking 30
you know what I'm saying? This is 30 years ago. They act like the stuff he was saying was, like, so toxic to masculinity. And now, the conversations are different. But the things that Jada Pinkett be doing, bro, this is toxic femininity at its best. The manipulation, the trying to control the narrative, to never seeing anything wrong with her actions, the way that she almost victimize herself and also empower herself at the same time in these situations. That is what I consider toxic femininity. And we're not going to act like that don't exist.
That last sentence you just said ought to be in the dictionary for toxic femininity. The way that you play, the way that you victim, like you be the victim and the hero at the same time. Like, you could do both things and they do it so beautifully. Oh,
so
man.
Masterfully that it's like, if you disagree, now you go.
I almost appreciate it when I see it. So I'm like,
it's
wow.
The toxic femininity, because you didn't, because this the problem with people like Jada. You're gonna say some empowering thing that's gonna make women say, "I feel her," so they're gonna overlook this toxic stuff you just also said, and you gonna always add the empowerment at the end of the toxic. So they overlook it and say, "Girl, what?" Oh, now I understand. But if you don't understand, you just like the empowerment. It's kind of the easiest way to manipulation. Yeah. And you also manipulating your man. You manipulating the person you're in a relationship with, because you can manipulate people in public. Imagine the manipulation you doing behind the doors.
I'm talking about she manipulating a bunch of people with the simple fact of, like you said, with example of your point. With the recent thing I just seen where she was on something with her mom or whatever, I just seen a clip of it because I'm not finna watch no full form of Jada Pinkett talking to nothing. But I seen the clip of it, and just off of the clip being out there and what I seen, it was just her saying, and I did not cheat on Will Smith. I need y'all to know that. Like, when y'all read the book, y'all will realize and be on the same page that wasn't cheating and we was doing this and that and blah. So that goes into why she's saying amongst these other clips, while she putting all her business out, in which some people say is kind of dogging Will Smith, but that could just be a result of us holding him in such high of a light, so we don't want to see these things come out about him or learn that he was accepting these things. But apparently they've been separated for a long time, so that would make, when she does go out and say, I didn't cheat on Will Smith, yeah, technically she didn't cheat on Will Smith. But if you a celebrity and y'all Jada and Will, so much so that now you messing up.
Y'all are entangled.
Now you just messing up all the rap lines that we done wrote about you. J. Cole don't even want to rap about the Jada and Will love on the concerts. Now he got to blank your name out. So look, this is what I'm saying. When y'all that iconic, you can't just have that man and not strictly divorce him or not tell us that y'all separated and try to live this lie of togetherness. Then this entanglement come out. Man, you cheated, all right? You cheated. That's Craig, what that was.
You know what? Nick, you cooking today, bro. That is fire. And you know why? Because you right. Certain couples within the culture of black people, especially within urban culture, you hold a responsibility. You hold a responsibility. Jay and Beyonce, y'all hold a responsibility to the culture. Because when you want to talk about black love, Papoose and Remy, you know why this whole situation was so crazy? Because y'all owed a responsibility to the culture. Because y'all gave us...
They owed it, but we definitely held y'all in that light.
I'm going to say why they owed it. Because they did it to the lower level, too. She was in jail.
They did put a show out, too.
They put a show out. You was in jail. Your man stuck by you.
They put an album. They put a show out.
They put a show.
Will
you
Jada
owe it
kept
to
lying
the
to us.
culture at this point. Because y'all are now the people that people can look up to and say, look, no matter what we go through, no matter what situations we have in, these are people that love each other and look how they deal with it. That's why it was so shocking, the whole in the elevator with Solange. Mm-hmm. It's like, what the hell going on with J and B? Because y'all up here, we ain't supposed to see that. What you mean Solange slapping hoe? What you mean Remy messing with Easy allegedly? What you mean? Y'all owe it to the culture. Mm-hmm. You get to a certain point where you can't just do certain things. Jada and Will owed it.
That sucks.
You gotta hide the fact
your love is not allowed to break for us.
Hell no. If you get divorced, you get divorced.
Right. Or we can allow that. Tell us. Let us know.
Yeah, we allow that because y'all are different stature in the culture. Like y'all get and I don't want nobody in the comments saying,
and we'll hurt with y'all.
I don't want nobody saying, why do you care? Bro, at the end of the day, I don't give a shit about these people. But what I'm saying is, to the outlook of a lot of people within the culture, to how we look, just how we look, these certain relationships matter, bro. So if you and Will was separated, it would have been better for y'all just to literally say, we getting a divorce or we separated. Mm-hmm. So that way, when all these other things come out, ain't nobody gonna be judging because we all grown. We get it. We know how this stuff go. But when y'all act like y'all still married and y'all living together and y'all raising these crazy ass kids, it's gonna cause judgment and it makes us look bad. It makes us all look bad, bro. And it's toxic femininity because I feel like Jada is also smart enough that she knew all this.
Oh, I was just about to get into the marketing play of all of this because I was going to say before we get, I don't even know where we at, but I don't want to leave this without mentioning how great the marketing is and how smart she just might be. Because think about it, right? She giving us all this information and it's not really the best info. And it's just like salacious. All right, generally speaking, I'm going to speak for me, but I'm going to assume generally speaking, we was all Will Jada on this level. Like by now, we was all Will is the guy.
Goals.
Jada is, but Will we holding in higher regard.
I'm glad you did, because I didn't even think about this. They was almost the perfect black couple because Will wasn't no criminal. He had no mentality of a criminal thug. He was like a cool dude. You remember Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Everybody liked Will. Funny, cool dude. Jada, more around the way type girl. Not all super made up, not big booty, big titties, more around the way. Cool. Seem like, you know what I'm saying? You can go to the barbecue with Jada. And they made it in a relationship. They kid in movies. They daughter making songs. This was important.
Yeah. She was chilling. All she had to do.
Now go back to your point. I just want to say that because nigga, you kind of talking today, and like you making me think while you talking like, ooh, I got a good point because I ain't thinking about you. Craig said it. Get back to your bars.
But bro. Like, so we hold Will up here, and we not saying that it's like that, but like Will is the one killing the movies. Will is the guy. Like he's the one we hold in high regard, and then we like Jada. We appreciate Jada. We love Jada. Cool. So it's not that bad as a marketing employee or whatever to. Yeah, you making Will look super bad. You kind of cucking him a little bit and emasculating him a little bit. But what's happening? But what's happening though? Everybody jumping the Will back. Oh, Jada, you bogus, man. Will, you gotta free Will Smith. Like nobody looking at Will disparaging. What is that also doing? Cause what we was hey, Will, you bogus, you mess what you did with Chris Rock, and now we feeling sympathy. Will, we looking at him like this way. Who could take that hit of being the person that's like,
figure.
Who could take that hit of being the person to take that sacrifice of hate me? Jada, I ain't doing nothing. And all the nosy people that's just gonna want to get the info anyway, you're still gonna go buy the book. And I'm getting published for the book. At the same time, bringing Will back into a great light.
Episode. This your greatest episode, Craig.
I'm just saying. It makes the best. It makes perfect marketing sense. Book gets sold. I could take the hate. You know what I'm saying? People was hating me anyway from the stuff.
We'll
get you back in good light for the sympathy. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
All I'm saying is
all this stuff Craig just said is allegedly, but Craig, you might be out here spitting, bro. I'm not gonna hold you.
I'm just saying.
That might need to be a Tyler. We need Craig out here spitting. Allegedly to all of this, we don't want to spread fake news.
And the only reply we got from Will Smith was him on the boat on the way to Cuba to find Tupac to make sure that nigga ain't there. Because the way she talking about him, it make you think she got a DM with this nigga or something. Man. Like she know him. But yeah, that's how I feel about it, man. I think it's just all great marketing. It's just the way the world
works. With all of that being said, because Craig out here spitting, I'm not going to hold you. Craig on one today. I'm letting Craig kind of eat. With all of that said, if all things are true, this could be marketing, this could be real. We don't even know. What do you think is the key to a happy relationship?
Conversation. Hands down. Conversation first, understanding second. Because you conversate and then you realize, like, I don't want to use them two for instance. Anybody. Take an instance where, I guess we got to use them because it's going to relate to everybody and we've been talking about it, so forget it. And it's kind of one of the ones where this would be the most pertinent. So take conversation. They had a conversation or whatever, they together, they cool. Now, as far as the public go and what we feel about it, yeah, sure, we could feel betrayed, hold them in a high regard or whatever. That's a separate thing from what they feeling privately. The way that they talking, they have these private conversations. They cool. Will back there, he's celebrating the book release or whatever I seen in the post today. So apparently, they're fine. They okay. So they conversation is top tier, on key. No matter if they entanglementing, they separating, they doing whatever they doing, they conversation is supposed to be on point and should be good. The understanding will come after that to where red table talk. I'm sitting here crying my eyes out or whatever, or looking like I'm crying my eyes out because of how I look now, or having to realize, or the public realizing my ego was hurt. Whatever he was going through then, that's the understanding part of, but we had that conversation. So I know that there's a possibility and I know what we going through. So I understand that. And if you got that conversation of understanding, that tertiary, that 4th, 5th, 6th, all that other shit, that comes second because it don't matter, obviously, what we think. It don't matter what the world's saying. It don't matter what whatever's saying. They got to understand it. Bad marriage for life. Conversation and understanding, I think you can hold down whatever type of relationship, whether you growing. Another instance, and I'm going to get out of here because I know I'll be long-winded. Real quick. Totally separate. You start messing with somebody, y'all monogamous at first, and then y'all grow into a space where you probably want to step out or whatever, but you don't want to cheat. That's a conversation that y'all can have. That conversation might come with y'all no longer being together. That's the understanding. I understand that she's not with that, but I might not. I might need that.
Bro, what kind of weed did you smoke today? Your logic game, and you going places I don't even be thinking about certain things today. Craig is out here spitting today.
I'm just saying, man.
Craig don't usually be spitting like this. So Craig out here getting his bars off today. Go hold you.
But that's what I think. That's what I feel about conversation and understanding. I think those would be the first two main things.
Bro,
and y'all would be
you finesse some shit out, be like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? But the way you wrapped it up, I'm like, this nigga is right. He is spitting. He talking his talk today.
Hey, I appreciate that, man.
I'm not gonna hold you. But I feel like it's two major things. And this is just like even watching a situation, bro, and then watching like other people's myself relationships. I was just talking to my homegirl this weekend. We talking about her past relationship. Just like it's two things I feel is the key to this, and Jada and Will is poster childs for both of these things. Number one, you have to learn when to shut the fuck up. I'm telling you, bro, shutting the fuck up in a happy relationship is hand in hand, bro. Because at times, y'all both gonna want to get y'all bars off, bro. We get it. It's a relationship, right? But it comes to a certain point when you getting your bars off where you got to understand, I don't want to cross the line. I got a couple good, it's like freestyle. I got a couple good punchlines off. Let me just stop on a high note. Like I got my bars off. I got my shit off. Now let me go ahead and move along. You know what I'm saying? Keep it. Go call your friends and finish the rest of your rap to your friends. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Get your bars off and know when it's time to shut the fuck up, right? Because when you say that right bar, you might get dosed like Math Hoffa. You might, know what I'm saying? You might catch a serious Jones. You went one bar too many, bro. You gotta know when to shut up. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for all parties. It goes in friendships. Sometimes it can be your homie, and you might be able to keep it a buck with your homie about everything. And it's gonna be a time when your homie gonna be a little over emotional, a little too much at that time for you to be like, bro, woo man. Because in that moment, he might hit you, and then it's gonna mess up your whole friendship. Mm-hmm. So you gotta know sometimes when just bite your tongue, shut up. It don't gotta get said. This person gonna either understand it later, or y'all just gotta move on. Because unless you really want to go to war about it, it's not gonna be good. So, for example, Jada Pinkett. Even if it's how you felt when these situations was happening, even when these things was going on, even if all of this stuff you saying is true from your perspective in the public eye, some of this stuff, you need to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Just shut the fuck up. Even if it's true, shut up. You don't have to say it. Y'all know it's true, and you got to be cool with knowing it's true and moving the fuck on. Mm-hmm. Just like in a relationship when y'all arguing about stupid shit, you got to just know, like, you know what, this really not that important. Nah. Fuck it. Because your relationship was important. The second thing I feel is very important in relationships is you have to have acceptance. Both parties. You have to accept who that person is, and you have to accept who the fuck I am. Big thing too. You have to. You can't change it. People be trying to get into shit. I want to change this. Mm-hmm. If I can just change these couple things, I get my perfect person. Nah. Men and women do this. Yep. But the problem is this: if you change these little things you want to change, you gonna also change some of this shit you like. And you ain't gonna like that change. I was gonna say, you changed the shit that you want to change. Now that's not the person that you. That's not even who you fell in love with. So that's what I'm saying. You gonna change other things because if now the person putting effort into these things, they also gonna take effort away from these other things. So either you like what you have and you have with this person, and you respect and you accept it. And you accept the good, the bad, the fault. You accept this. I like this person. I can grow with this person. You accept it, or when the moment you start saying, well, I don't want to accept this. If they do this, they're not going to accept it. The relationship going to fail, bro. And also with yourself. You're always going to be looking for them to do that, or always going to be feeling like you require that change. Exactly. And instead, acceptance is definitely a big thing. That might be third. and I feel like Will didn't accept who his wife was to an extent because you have to accept. You gotta accept. You ain't accepted. You just got Pac here, bro. You ain't accepted. You speaking more so on your acceptance point for that. Yeah, he been not accepting who his wife was. Tommy Davidson. That's why I say this is gonna kill my points, bruh. So you been not accepting this. Did you remember the story about the birthday party? He went all out and through for her when she didn't even like it. She didn't even want that. She didn't even want, so you been doing this and just not accepting that she don't fuck with you like that, bruh. You ain't Pac to her, bro. She don't like you. It ain't nothing you can do that's gonna make it happen. You have to accept that. You not gonna be him to her. You know? He never accepted it. Oh, and honestly, dang. I don't feel she ever accepted her role in this important relationship. She never accepted it because her respect level for Will ain't where it should be. So she never accepted I'm below Will. All she doing right now in public blow is the reason why she emasculating Will is because demasculating, whatever the term is. I done heard people say, people like, oh, you can't say it demasculating, whatever, emasculating. The reason why she doing these things, I feel like they do. Yeah, shit. But the reason why she doing these things, bro, is because she don't respect Will enough to bow down to her image of being his wife. Because people know Jada Pinkett is Will Smith's wife, bro. People forget Jada Pinkett had her own career. And then that's why every time she in front of a camera, she do the toxic stuff and then the empowering things. We are cracking this too much and we got to get out of here and get on the further. But we out here spitting today, bro. Y'all look like we ain't out here spitting. We out here spitting today, bro. The thing you just said about accepting, for lack of a better word, accepting her role, I don't want to say it like that, but I ain't finna try to break it down for PC's sake. Accepting her role as Will Smith's wife because that's what she was. Shout out to Melissa Ford and the JBP. I was listening to them earlier, and she was saying that she was at a dinner with Will Smith once, and
the instance, or he has a reputation of this, but he's like a super cool dude, super nice, speak to everybody and all of that. That's great. But one thing he does when he with Jada is that, and then his personality is like that, and then Jada is kind of the total opposite. But one thing that he does with Jada is he always makes sure he put her first. He always makes sure that he frontlines her instead of himself. And that could speak to her not accepting her role as being his wife, him noticing that, and him compensating with that, with being like, when we out, it's
not
my
about
wife
me.
here.
So
She
we're
right here
together.
too.
It's
us.
Yep.
We here. It's not just me. Hey. Yep. And that could be it. And that could also play into the part to why she feel like she feel and harbor all of this. Because
it ain't authentic,
this feeling
bro.
and resentment.
You right.
Because
I ain't hear that. Shout out to Mr. Ford. But if that story is true,
and you know who she would have always been the darling for over instead of in Hollywood?
Tupac best friend.
She would have been, if she was with Tupac, it would have been Tupac's here because of her. Tupac's at this movie premiere in Hollywood and all of that because of her. Not the other way around.
She was the first.
Now, to be fair, Tupac would have been wild on the movies. He would have surpassed her. But in that time, she would have
been a tiny T.I.
If you know better,
you would say Tiny helped T.I. get on.
Yep.
She would have been the tiny T.I.
And then T.I.
We out here spitting for y'all this, man. Y'all stop acting like y'all don't get this good brain, you know what I'm saying, medicine over here sometimes, because I feel like we kind of hitting it on the point, but allegedly to everything.
Yeah, allegedly to everything, for sure. And, I think we're going to get out of here on that. Always remember that somewhere it's a big white girl telling everybody that one of the biggest rappers in the world is her baby daddy, and some people don't believe her.
Dirk is her baby daddy.
This has been another episode of I'm Almost Joking podcast. I've been one half of the Disrespective Collective, Craig Smith, a.k.a. Sizzle Life, here with...
It's your boy, Queese, a.k.a. Dash. Appreciate y'all for coming through, tapping in for episode 93. Shout out to my boy Tyler behind the scenes, Radio 22, Everything 22. Hit the like button, put somebody on who'll put somebody on, and we'll get at y'all next week. We out of here. Dizzle.